Today on 10 Live from the Lowe's Hotel. Next on 10, we'll meet an expert with simple steps for hassle-free moving.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to
Well, I don't know if I like to move it, especially in this
Depends
business.
on what you're moving, I suppose.
I've moved a bunch of times. How about you?
A few times, absolutely.
Yeah, and one of the downfalls of this business, it's not really fun. And if you've ever moved before, you've probably had that moment where you wish that you could just close your eyes and everything will be moved for you, and you just wind up in your new place.
Then you wake up and realize that that is not
true.
going to happen. No, not unless you come up with some magical powers or something. But today we're going to show you the next best thing. Organizational expert Alicia Rockmore is here with 4 simple tips to ease the stress of the move. Hey, Alicia, welcome back.
Nice to see you too.
Well, you talk about moving a couple of times. I have my map here. I've moved 13 times in 15 years. And the first thing I would say is you move across the street or across the country, same amount of work.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Same amount of work. And the first and most important thing to do, you're going to make sure that the stuff moves with you because you're going to have an empty house or an apartment. Make sure that all the mail and the bills move with you as well. What you
That's
do,
usually one of the last things people think
right,
about.
and it shouldn't be. It should actually be one of the first things. 6 to 8 weeks ahead of time, save every single piece of mail. So, bills, junk mail, catalogs, magazines. Then you have a complete history of everything you need to move with you. And then it's very simple. You used to have to, if you remember, go through and fill out by hand those moving cards.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to do that anymore. You can go to a website like changeofaddressform.com, fill out all that information online, and everything should move with you. But here's the should. We've got a kit called a moving kit, which is available at Target. In there is a form to make sure not only do you make the change of address, but then it actually goes through. About 15% of those change of addresses that you do never actually go through. Wow. And it's one thing if it's your Land's End catalog. It's another thing if it's your Visa bill and they're starting to charge you finance
And you
charges.
have some ideas to make the junk mail not move with you, too.
Absolutely. Well, that's the next step.
Okay.
And the first piece of that is get rid of those unwanted phone calls. As soon as you get a new phone number, that number is sold to every single telemarketing firm you can think of. Really easy way to get rid of it. Do not call.gov. Enter in your new phone numbers. Virtually eliminate the problem.
Okay,
And
what about
most importantly, with
Let's
the
talk about
junk,
the move. Oh, yeah.
leave a lot of the junk behind. It's a good time to clear out, right?
Leave the junk behind and make sure when you move, you get multiple bids. Oftentimes moving bids are like apples and oranges. So use a bid sheet. We've got one in the moving kit, but just any kind of make sure every detail is down there and get the right kind of insurance. You want to get replacement value insurance. The typical insurance is by the pound. So if you break a 10-pound stereo, you might get paid 50 cents for it versus the $500 or $700 that it's worth. So a couple $100, get replacement value insurance. You're going to be well taken care of.
If you decide to move yourself, can you get insurance, or is that just for the professional movers?
It's just for the professional movers, but then what you need to do is call your homeowner's policy and see if you can get some extended coverage for what you're doing.
All right.
Oftentimes they'll do that.
Finally, when you move in, you always forget the stuff that you really need. And one thing I see here is the TP, the toilet
paper. People laugh at me, but I said, like, when you move into your new house, you show up that first day, there's like 3 or 4 important things. Light bulbs, because oftentimes they've burnt out, toilet paper, garbage bags, and food and drinks. Because you know what? The people who are helping you move, whether they're professional movers or not, you need to feed them, make sure they have plenty to drink, and if they're paid movers, don't forget to tip them.
One other one I have, a shower curtain.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Right?
Yep, good idea.
I know that
after
from
the move, you
personal
need a shower.
experience.
Yeah. Thank you, Alicia Rockmore.
Thanks a
Good
lot.
tips.
And
We'll be
happy moving.
Yes, happy moving. We'll move to the commercial and be right back after the break.
Thanks a lot.
That was